another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning, happy Monday to you. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Philip Simon.
And I am Mark Daniels, filling in for Star. Hey, Star. Hope you and Cruz are doing well, right?
And Carlos, of course, Star. We're missing you here on the show, but obviously we're keeping up on social media. Look like things are, boy, I tell you, picking up.
Progressing along,
Business is
right?
picking up. Business is picking up. How was your weekend, Mark?
It was good. It was restful. My children allowed me to sleep in, probably past 6:30,
Okay.
so that was good.
Yeah, that's unusual.
I slept in.
Yeah.
It felt like Father's Day weekend all over again.
Yeah, you could probably thank your wife for that then.
I probably
Okay.
should. Thank you, wife.
Yeah, I actually got to spend some time with my nieces and nephew, and yesterday they came over and had a great time. They were in the pool and just running around and stuff like that. Again, I want to say congratulations. I did it wrong on Friday. I said congratulations to my elder niece when it should have been my second niece, Jaquay, who was the valedictorian
Congratulations.
at a Kefren International on Friday past.
That's good. That's a great school.
3.84. Listen, we want to say congratulations to all the graduates out there. Just so many. We're going to meet a very special one this morning as well.
we are.
But listen, congratulations. Job well done. 2020 it's been an unusual one, to say the least. But listen, your perseverance is obviously, bear good fruit.
Yeah, the first half is done. Let's forget about it. Let's get ready for the second half of the year, and we're
Yeah.
going to end this one with a bang, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Listen, also want to say on behalf of G-Day Low, congratulations. Is that your younger sister, little sister?
Younger sister.
He says younger sister.
Yay!
You notice he didn't say little. That's his younger sister, Cleavon Stewart, Dr. Cleavon Stewart, and Michael Stewart. They had their own fireworks this weekend past. They got married.
Oh, congratulations.
On the 4th of July. Congratulations to you. And a couple of birthdays. Darren Pickstock, I know he's probably, hopefully you're watching the show, Darren. Happy birthday to you. I know it's today. Janet Johnson, you know Janet from Ministry Tuesday?
I do know Janet.
Yeah, she's
Johnson.
celebrating her birthday
Happy
tomorrow.
birthday.
Another year younger, I'm sure. Erica Morris from Junior Achievement. Marcia Crystal Knowles, she's celebrating her birthday on Wednesday. And it says here, Chelly. I wonder if this is for real. Chelly birthday on Wednesday?
I know. Party today.
Yeah, we can find out.
Party in the day after the show.
We can find out, yeah. But lots of things are happening. You'll see the set is beautifully adorned
Yes.
with face masks and shirts. We have
Linda Stubbs.
Linda Stubbs.
Yes.
All right.
She's a great designer. She's been in the Junkanoo game for years. Whenever you see Rawson Square lovely decorated,
That's her.
That's her.
That's her.
That's her. The good decoration.
All right. Well, this one isn't for us.
Maybe that matches your eyes.
Yeah, matches my eyes. Right, we can put that on this side of the table. But beautiful, beautiful. We're going to be talking with her at Mitchell. She got a couple of more designs, interesting, beautiful designs, of
Yes.
course. And I just heard what Mark said, Garvey. Said the good decorations live here in Bahamas. At Sunrise.
I ain't say that.
Listen, was it Morgan, eh?
Bahari Designs, and so we have Kyle Williams and Brother Morgan, who has shown us some of their lovely shirts today.
Beautiful, man.
And face masks.
Yeah.
So you guys got to check out Bahari. They got some great stuff every year, and we'd like to thank them for sending us their stuff to show
Yeah,
off.
you know what? I think I'm going to be wearing this one. I think I'm going to wear this one on Independence.
Yeah?
You know, we had Ann David Designs on the weekend pass.
we did.
This looks like the Junkanoo design there on the
The $5 bill.
$5 bill.
Huh?
Sharp.
Give me 1 5.
Yeah, give me 5. There we go. Listen, good morning. We've got another great show lined up for you today. We have the official announcement. Of course, this is the official announcement of the 8th annual Andrus Business Outlook. That's going
Yay.
to take place on Friday, July 24th at the Bahamas Agricultural and Marine Science Institute. Looking forward to that. The theme will be a new era, resilience in the face of vulnerability. We vulnerable right about now, Mark.
Dead vulnerable.
Dead vulnerable. There are 7 presentations, including one from the Honorable Romy Ferreira, Minister of Environment and Housing, and Cheryl Bastian, owner of Swain's Key Lodge. She'll be joining us here this morning to talk
Great.
about that.
Because I won't go to the big yard and I need a
Yeah,
place to
man.
stay.
I mean, Andrews is where in fact, it's always been where it's at here in Sunrise. This morning, we also have Dr. Rico Hart of the UWI Medical School, top graduate.
Oh,
That means he's real smart.
dead smart.
Dead smart. That's right. And we also have an update from the National Insurance with Pandora Butler, Chief Manager in the Office of the Director.
So we also have today, so you know the plastic ban is now officially in effect. Yes, Bahamas, the plastic ban is officially in effect, and Dr. Rihanna Neely from the Department of Environmental Health is here to talk about that. And we also have Brandon Kemp and the guys from Black Pearl to discuss Tin Furl, a new pop-up food vendor. I know, Black Pearl coming to talk about Tin Furl. I like that one, right? Talking about pop-up vendors and the experience so far. But first, I heard it was thundering and lightning on the way here.
It was.
So we got to find out what's going on. Brother Godfrey, dead wet or dead hot? Or hot as heck?
Hot as heck.
There you go.
Hot as heck.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Mark. And good morning, Muhammad. Your first look at weather, sunrise. Mark, we get both, all above. It's hot as heck and it's dead wet, okay? And when you're going to get the hot and the wet, we're going to tell you about that later. Anyhow, we have high pressure dominated across the islands, and you'll have a little troughing across the islands. That's triggering off some showers and thunderstorms, and you heard one earlier this morning across the islands. But we start with sunshine, and then we come with some showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon hours. So today in the weather, we're looking at partly sunny, hot and humid, occasionally cloudy periods, mainly in the afternoon hours, with scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, one or two maybe heavy at times, high temperature reaching 91, it will feel like 104. Tonight, another warm and muggy night, and you can expect one or two nighttime showers, maybe a thunderstorm popping up by early morning. Your low temperature going down to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 83 and 78. In Jamaica, 85 and 74. In Trinidad, 85 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 90 and 79. Across North America, Atlanta, 83 and 72. In Raleigh, 88 and 73. Miami, 91 and 81. Dallas, Texas, 91 and 79. And Toronto, Canada, 80 and 72. As we go through the week, we're looking at partly sunny skies, still hot, still humid. Yes, hot as heck during the daytime, and we're going to be dead wet by afternoon. The temperature daytime will be in the lower 90s. At nighttime, around the 80-degree mark. That puts you up in your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Listen, I'm very excited about this next segment. Yesterday, the University of the West Indies had their graduation in a private ceremony at Government House. Joining us this morning is Dr. Rico Hart, who won the most outstanding student in the final MBBS and the most outstanding student with the highest GPA. That means he's dead smart. Good morning, Doc. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
First time here?
Yes, sir.
Boy, all it took was just graduating top in the medical field to be here in Bahamas at Sunrise. Congratulations once again, man.
Thank you.
How do you feel? How does it feel?
It feels, I'm humbled by the experience and truly honored because, especially considering the fact that we had so much high flyers, especially the students in my study group. So it actually feels good to be on top for a short duration.
And when you say your study group, obviously it's a fraternity. I mean now you're officially doctor, but it's been a journey. Eh? How many years?
It's been approximately 9 years. I spent 4 years at the College of Bahamas, and then I went to the University of West Indies, where I spent 5 years.
5 years. Wow, wow. What was that like? I mean, you know, talk a little bit about that experience.
Going to UWI was a great experience, but I feel like most of my valuable challenges and things that I faced were more in my clinical years. Because going to the University of the West Indies and high school, I felt like I didn't even have to put in the extra work. Everything just came natural.
Right.
But coming back to clinical, years,
Yeah, yeah.
I realized that I had to study more
Right.
if I really want to accomplish something. And I feel that all of the hard work that I put in
Yeah.
actually paid off,
Paid
and
off.
I thank God for that.
Yeah, definitely. You have to be grateful to God, no doubt about it. What are you going to be specializing in? You studied, you graduated in what field?
After graduating, we are really considered interns, so we just almost a general practitioner.
Okay.
But I want to specialize in general surgery or emergency medicine.
Okay. What made you decide to pursue medicine, actually?
Initially, I wanted to be an accountant, but after
That's a switch.
but after an internal deliberation, I realized that I didn't want to do the same thing over and over and over. I wanted something that was less strict and something that would constantly stimulate my mind. And I felt like medicine was the next option. As a student, I was a part of the National Allied Health Cadet. During that time, I was exposed to a lot of National Allied specialties, especially physical therapy and microbiology. And I feel that though that program, along with caring for my mother's grandmother at a young age, actually played a role in making me choose medicine. And medicine was just that thing where I could help people and watch them recover, but at the same time stimulate my mind by coming up with differential diagnosis and treatment at the same time.
What thus far has been, I mean, you talked about the second half of it in the clinical study and all the rest of that, but what has actually, has that been the most challenging part of it to date, or what were some of the challenges that you had to overcome?
Yeah, I've been faced with a lot of challenges, but I would say the most challenging thing would be this year with the COVID-19. My mother got ill.
Oh.
She was diagnosed with inoperable cancer. And during that time, that was the most vital time of medical school because we studying and preparing for MBBS at this time. And she wanted me to be at the hospital 24/7.
Yeah.
Rico, I need to eat food. I don't like hospital food.
Right.
And if someone didn't put up an IV line, you need to come to this hospital to put up my line because they taking too long.
That's mama.
But during that time, we wanted to give up,
Yeah.
and I even considered deferring. But I had the perfect study group.
Yeah.
So every day at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., they would call me.
Right there. Yeah.
Even if I didn't want to do nothing,
Yeah.
I was just there to sit down and listen to try to absorb as much information as possible.
That's probably understated, right? The relationships that you have with your classmates and also with your teachers throughout your, I guess your university career. Obviously, it's a big factor. What about the student-teacher relationship at UE?
I don't know if you know, but in terms of UWI medical program,
Right.
we are preclinical and clinical. Preclinical is for the first 3 years, and for me, I went to Trinidad and do that. And during my time at Trinidad, the student-teacher relationship wasn't a big thing for me because we had a big class, 400 students. But when I came back to Nassau, there was a little amount of students.
Okay.
So during that time, I feel like we had the perfect student-teacher relationship, and you could walk up to them at any time, and they would give you the information that you require. And in addition, they were welcoming.
Okay.
So I really appreciated that.
All right. So now you move into the period of, was it what you call specialization?
As an internship.
As an internship. So, what's the process? How many, the 9 years down, more to go?
Definitely. So after graduating med school, the next year you spend as an intern. After intern, then you get to decide what specialty you want to go in. But for me, I don't know how that part is going to be because I plan to take my U.S. exams, mainly between the next year and a half to 2 years, and try to get into a degree program in either general surgery or emergency medicine.
In the United States?
Yes.
Okay. Any university or program in particular? Or?
Not exactly, but I always wanted to go Johns Hopkins, so that's been my goal from I came back.
What do you say? I mean, and I always like to ask this, especially when you have men on the show. I mean, what do you say particularly to young men out there? We always hear about these challenges that we face here in the Bahamas as a developing country, and the challenges you see it all the time, every day in newspapers and in social media. I don't think it's as bad as it appears. It just seems that the negative news sometimes trumps. What do you say particularly to young people out there that are going through things, that are facing these challenges that maybe not unique like yours, but what do you say to them aspiring? They might even have something in their mind that they want to be a doctor like Rico White.
I would like to say, everybody, no one is immune, to challenges. Each and every one of us have to face challenges, and these challenges are what make us better person than we are today. So I'd like you to try to push past these challenges and overcome them, or even find someone to talk to during this time, because talking to someone is very essential. Because what I realize is, if, especially in terms of depression, if you don't have anyone to talk to, you stay down for a longer time. So I feel as if it's necessary for you to talk to someone and at least find a mentor and someone to guide you along the road.
Yeah, listen, thank you so much. Dr. Rico Hart, congratulations once again, man. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Rico Hart, he won the most outstanding student in final MBBS from the University of the West Indies, and also the most outstanding student with the highest GPA. Listen, that's saying a lot. All right? You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
To help our friends in need. You can count on me, 'cause I can count on you.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back. Earlier this year, the government of the Bahamas implemented a ban on plastics. It absolutely changed the way of life as we know it. Everything from plastic bags not being available in the supermarkets to the disappearance of plastic straws. Here to discuss with us today about the plastic ban are Dr. Rihanna Neely, Senior Environmental Officer, and Lindy Bowe, Environmental Officer with the Ministry of Environment and Housing. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so plastic gone, eh?
Plastic gone.
Why y'all do that to us, man?
It was a necessary evil.
I understand. We didn't even say evil. It's just necessary, right?
Yes.
So the Bahamas is one of many countries that have implemented a plastic ban. Tell us who else have taken this bold step.
Well, there are states across the United States that have done it. England is implementing. Haiti has implemented. Jamaica has implemented. Barbados has implemented. Several other countries across Europe have implemented plastic bans to varying degrees. So plastic bags or plastic straws, yes.
That's awesome. So here in the Bahamas, when did it first go into effect?
January 1st, it came into partial effect, which that made it illegal for you to import any of these items into the country. And July 1st, we have the full ban.
So it's in full effect now.
January 1st also marked the releasing of balloons to be illegal as well.
So I can't release balloons?
No.
Oh, man. No, I knew that. I'm only playing, right? So why did the ministry make the effort to enforce this ban?
Okay, so plastics are ubiquitous. They're everywhere. They make trash on our streets. They create a problem for us in our landfill. Plastics are a byproduct of the fossil fuel industry, so this is part of our climate change programming as well as biodiversity conservation. Many of our land animals, our marine animals, get caught up in these plastics. They eat these plastics, and it's detrimental to their health, to our environmental health, as well as our health. Styrofoam has a lot of human health consequences that we sort of take for granted. And so these are some of the reasons that we have these 4 items, including the balloons, to be banned.
So you mentioned styrofoam, and I feel like styrofoam is like the national material of the Bahamas, right? Everything comes in styrofoam, and the first thing we do is stick it in the microwave or pour boiling water in it. So tell us of some of the side effects or the health effects of plastic and styrofoam.
Okay, so even if there was not a ban, you should not be putting hot food in styrofoam. I know that seems counterintuitive. What? But the minute you put hot food in styrofoam, that starts to melt into your food. And the dioxin and the benzene, all of these are compounds that are found in fuel, in the gas that you put in your car. Those make their way into your body.
So normally when we do our presentation to kids, we tell them to just get a styrofoam cup, but you can't get one no more. But 6 months ago, you could have gotten a styrofoam cup and just pour hot water in it, and you would notice all of the oils and everything floating to the top. And most times we just mix that right into our tea. We don't even...
Wow. So most of the time when I eat breakfast and I think the breakfast tastes good, right? That's the benzene and
it could be.
Yeah,
seasoning.
Good old benzene, right? Right? So what about some of the environmental side effects? You mentioned how it impacts some animals, but any other environmental effects?
So, well, we are expecting to expand the lifespan of our landfill with this.
Right.
These 4 products were chosen because we use them most frequently. And Ms. Bowe has, she usually tells us about how we use them. I'll take a whack at what she usually does in the presentations. But, for example, you go and you get your breakfast in the morning. You will get your breakfast in a styrofoam clamshell. They will give you a plastic fork or a plastic spoon depending on what it is that you get, right? You get something to drink, they will give you a plastic straw, and you are going to walk away with all of these things in a plastic bag.
Yes.
We are going to repeat this process at lunch when we go to whatever store. We're going to get some rice and some chicken in a larger styrofoam clamshell, and we're going to get the straw and the fork and the bag, and hopefully we cook at home. But you can use these products up to 3 times a day, and they make their way into the landfill. We have no regard for where we put these things. A lot of people eat on the beaches, and they just throw their things on the beaches when they're done. We've seen this through the course of the education process with the ban. So we know for sure that these things are happening, and this is really a part of the impetus for the ban.
Right. So, like you said, culturally, man, we're tied to plastic. We're tied to single-use plastic. So how have Bahamians reacted to this so far?
I think Bahamians have reacted very well. Across the Family Islands, many of the Bahamians on the Family Islands thought that the ban came into effect on the 1st of January. So they were prepared from January. We had that grace period that allowed for the 6 months for all Bahamians to get used to paying for a plastic bag, and allowed some of the merchants to get rid of some of their stock. But I've gone around many of the stores. The styrofoam is gone. We still have a little bit of an issue with the plastic bags, but our officers are going to be out.
Yeah, that's good to know. The officers will be out. You're going to be inspecting. You're going to be checking, and you guys have been doing presentations. So, have you felt as though it's been effective not only in the stores but just in the everyday man and woman?
I think generally a lot of people grasp the concept of why plastic is bad. I think now our education really would be to educate people on the difference between biodegradable things versus compostable things, because we notice that a lot of persons feel like the biodegradable bag is okay. So that's where we now want to focus our energy to let them know that biodegradable bags are also banned. But for the most part, a lot of people get it. A lot of people are in support. They understand why it's important.
Wait, biodegradable? Let's say that's another confusing topic, right? We can talk about that another day.
Yes.
Right? But if we wanted to find out more information about the plastic ban and how it impacts the Bahamas, find out more information, how do we find out about that?
So we are very active on social media. We have a Facebook page, Ministry of Environment and Housing. We're also on Instagram at MOEH242. We have an email, moehplastics@bahamas.gov.bs. And we also have a telephone number, 322-6005.
Awesome. So we letting the Bahamas know, plastic, finish. That's plastic and plasket, right? You know, you have to, because there's two different types, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Plastic and plasket.
And plasket. You'll have to put that on the signage in the future so we know, right? Dr. Neely and Ms. Bowe, thank you for coming on the show this morning, talking to us about the plastic ban. We applaud you for your efforts. Continue to fight the good fight. And if you see me with a little plastic bag,
I lock up.
I log up?
You lock up.
I log up.
Minimum a fine.
All right, everything cool. I'll do it for my country. Thank you guys for coming on Bahamas at Sunrise. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Let's continue to celebrate some of our graduates of 2020. Check out these cool photos.
to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible, the Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Nourish your immune system. Nourish your health. Nourish your life with Ensure. Ensure Original, Ensure Plus, and Ensure Max Protein.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. It's always a pleasure to have the Chief Manager in the Office of the Director of NIB, Pandora Butler, here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Welcome back, Pandora.
Thank you, Phil. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. You're celebrating already into the independence mode, loving it?
Yes, yes.
Loving
Proud Bahamian.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much for the work that you continue to do. I hear your voice all the time, always so clear, so articulate. And this time we're talking about the biannual adjustments that occur at NIB in the wage ceiling. It happens every 2 years. I wasn't paying attention to that, but it is a benefit, and it's not a tax.
Right.
All right. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Speaking of being a proud Bahamian, one of the best things that's ever happened to this Bahamas is absolutely national insurance. Without a doubt, the National Insurance Social Security Program was monumental for NIB and continues for the Bahamas and continues to be. Now, as a Social Security organization and program, it has to remain dynamic. It has to continually respond to changing needs. And the biennial increases or biennial adjustments is one of those things. It was provided for under the 2010 amendment. Under the 2010 amendment, there were some 22 changes to the Act and regulations. Most of those had to do with the sustainability of the fund, ensuring that the fund is around for generations to come. But some of them, in addition to sustainability, some of them were aimed or targeted directly, specifically for the worker, to maintain relevance for the worker. And one of those, and that's what we're going to talk about, one of those was, one, the changes, the automatic changes or increases to the ceiling, and then the automatic increases or adjustments to pensions and payment. Both were to ensure parity between what a worker earns during his work life and the benefits he potentially receive at the end of the day. Of course, during his work life on the short term, you get benefits. But most importantly for our Social Security program, for the worker, is his end of work life benefits. When he's too old to work, too sick to work, and we want to secure that as a Social Security organization, you will know that when we started back in '74, the ceiling was of necessity incredibly low. It was $110. The initial thinking was that it would be adjusted incrementally, but that didn't happen. It stayed at 110 for some 10 years, and then it was changed. Went to 250, stayed there for 15 years. But you will notice, we would have noticed, those who were there would have noticed, that over the course of those 15 years, there were people earning far more than 250. And when you earn more than 250, but you're limited to contributing on 250, it means that your benefit very quickly bears no resemblance to your take-home pay. And so Social Security has to make adjustments for that. And so in 2010, the actuary proposed, NIB proposed, and the government agreed and signed that into law, that automatically every 2 years there would be adjustments to the wage ceiling so that higher wage earners could ensure more of their earnings and as a result get higher benefits.
And this adjustment, obviously, is based on calculation. It's based on, I guess, statistics research in terms of what people are earning. But it's an automatic adjustment by law every 2 years.
The Department of Statistics advises us every 2 years what those increases will be. What they do is they look at the previous 2 years. So we're talking about the 2020 amendments that took effect, the 2020 adjustments, that took effect on July 1st of this year. And so their period of review would have been 2018 and 2019. And so in 2018, it was 2.3%. The adjustment was 2.3%. And this is talking about the increases in inflation, that kind of thing, wage index. And so 2.3 in 2018 and 2.5 in 2019 for a total of 4.8%. And so two things happened with that 4.8%. 4.8% represents the increases to pensions and payment and to grants. Those are the benefits. And it represents increases together with 2%. So it's 4.8% plus 2% determines the wage, the new wage ceiling. And not just the wage ceiling, we say insurable wage ceiling, because people are making $1,000, $1,500 a week. However, our ceiling, the most that you could cover under Social Security today, is now $710. It was $670 up to June 30th of this year. It's now $710. $40 more. $40 more, which represents just a little bit. You can hardly feel that. Yeah.
Okay, and you know, that's important to say that, because once you put those numbers to it, because at first when people think increases automatically, you know, the thought is almost, oh my goodness, I can't, you know, this is more money coming out of, but it's your money. Right? And at the end of the day, it comes back to you.
In fact, Phil, there are people who are saying, and Juan said it to me the other day, why can't I simply have you cover all of my earnings? So there are people who really understand that the more you pay, the better your benefit at the end of the day. Now, I have to point out that this will only impact persons who make more than $670. If you make minimum wage, you pay no more. It doesn't change. If you make $500, $600, it does not change. Only those who make more than $670. And remember, it could be any range from $670. You don't even have to be the $40 more. Your salary may be $700, whereupon your ceiling for you is $700. That's the amount on which you pay. $710 is for those who make more.
Well, actually, that was a good question since you mentioned it. So there's no chance to kind of to take this almost like a savings account approach or a pension approach that says, well, listen, if I'm making, you know, more than that, why don't you peg it to what my salary is, the percentage rate?
Because we're Social Security. Social Security does not want to push other providers of pensions and annuities out of the market. So they have the opportunity to sell you those products. Social Security is general for the general populace, for the workers who would ordinarily not have something at the end of the day. And we must never forget why we exist. We exist to be a safety net. There's nothing preventing you from going above and beyond with other providers. Social Security says this is the minimum standard to ensure that every worker has an opportunity to have something put aside.
And it's important for the employer to also recognize that as of July 1st, well, both employer and employee, that July 1st, this adjustment's made, so you make the internal adjustments within your books.
Well, I will tell you, employers have been clamoring from early in the year. You know, we've been kind of pushed back because of COVID. We usually have these figures out a little earlier, but employers have been clamoring. They've been asking because they expect it. They all know that it's coming. They know that it's coming every 2 years like clockwork. If there are increases, those increases will apply. Now, not just the wage ceiling, which is very important, but to show how important it is, the wage ceiling, the amount on which you pay, dictates what kind of benefits you receive at the end of the day. And so persons who would have been paying at the ceiling would be getting some good money, $1,600, $1,700. The ceiling being increased, they get even more. However, you are awarded your benefit in 2020. Your benefit $200 today. That's just, I'm just throwing out a figure, but people may be upset. Let's just say 1,000, because they're going to say that woman said $200. Let's say 1,000 or 1,500. Say you're awarded $1,500 today, 2020. In 2021, your money, and those of you who are economists, you will say future value of $1. My pension, my $1,500 has lost some value. It's no longer worth $1,500 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And so in 2010, those same amendments, it was determined that we have to maintain the value of this pension year over year over year. And so these adjustments ensure that whatever you could have afforded with your pension 10 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever the case is, you can still afford it. It's not to enrich you. It's not going to be a big amount. It's tied to something objective. Objective measurements. Nobody's just picking out figures now. Let us give you $200 more. We're going to give you based on what you lost, what the inflationary rate was, what eroded your pension, and that's what's going to happen. 4.8%. Now, let me just point out, even though it's 4.8% for the grants, that's maternity and funeral, those have increased nicely. It's 4.8% for those who have had their pensions 2 years or more. It's not 4% for persons who've had it less than 2 years, not 4.8 for persons who've had it less than 2 years, obviously because they've not suffered the same erosion of the value of their pension. So if you got it just last year, then that means you only suffered that 2.5% in 2019. So you won't get 4.8%. And so it's meant to be fair. Parity is what we're seeking.
Parity, equality, it's a science behind it, obviously the science of equality.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. In short, the more in, the more out for you.
Absolutely.
Right,
the more you pay, the more you get.
Well, listen, thank you so much, Pandora Butler, Chief Manager in the Office of the Director, National Insurance Board. Listen, always a pleasure.
My pleasure being here, but let me just put in a last plug, 2 seconds. Yeah. This does not represent an increase in the rate at which contributions are paid.
Gotcha.
The ceiling does not represent that.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. Watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Now, more from our 2020 graduates.
At Doctors Hospital, we recognize the concerns you may have about the coronavirus. Here are a few of the critical things you need to know. Coronaviruses are a large group of viruses that are common among animals, however, can be transmitted from animals to humans. Coronavirus can present itself similar to a common cold, with symptoms such as cough, sore throat, and fever. For those with a weakened immune system, including the elderly, there is a chance that the virus may cause more serious respiratory illness like pneumonia. Human coronaviruses most commonly spread from an infected person to others through the air by coughing and sneezing, close personal contact such as shaking hands, touching an object or surface with the virus on it, followed by touching your mouth, nose, or eyes with unwashed hands. There are currently no vaccines available to protect you against human coronavirus. However, you can limit your vulnerability by taking precautions to prevent transmission. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Business in the Box is your solution for business from Cable Bahamas. It's an internet, voice, mobile, and advertising solution all in one place. Get reliable internet, free domestic call, and a live corporate package, and free TV ad placement, all starting with packages as low as $164 a month. You can save over $3,000 a year. Just call 601-8911. That's 601-8911. And ask for Business in a Box from Cable Bahamas Business Solution. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the midway point of a really great show. Mark, we're standing up actually for the mid-show because we have some very special guests in the house. Yes, we're going to be talking about them and with them in just a second, but great interviews with the new young doctor.
Yeah, very proud to see our students excelling and seeing in the medical profession that's still a choice for a profession for our young people, right?
Yeah, and he matriculated through the government school system, which was, I mean, listen, okay, we can talk about that another show, but listen, just so very proud of them. We have excellent teachers all around, and I think they get unnoticed. But listen, we got some celebrities.
We got Tings on set, right? So we have Linda Stubbs and Avina Roll here to talk to us about some of their designs for their face masks, but also to talk about Rawson Square. You guys might have noticed last year in Rawson Square around Independence that there would have been this lovely coat of arms that everybody took pictures next to for the rest of the year. So, Linda, tell us first about your designs and tell us about what you have planned this year for Rawson Square.
Well, first of all, in terms of our masks, and you notice something, let me just tell you, I haven't gotten used to the idea of wearing a mask. Right. I personally don't like it, and I'm constantly touching it. But anyway, we came up with some practical solutions. We'll start with this one first. On this particular mask, if you're out and about and you're having a drink and you need to have a drink and you don't want to take your mask off, then it has this little feature right here that you just lift.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. And there's the hole for the straw. So you can have a drink. Yep. And then, of course, you can close it again just to keep the area clean and sterile, okay?
And just a disclaimer, that's a multi-purpose hole. So anything that can fit in there, it's fair game.
And it's a non-plastic straw. Non-plastic straw. Non-plastic straw.
That's a boy's comment. Now with this one, again, Independence. And just might I add, our masks are all 3 layers. You have your built-in filter, your lining, your top fabric, but in this case, this one has 4 because of the mesh, the netting that we're using. And we thought it was an interesting look for Independence, and this little added feature right here designed by Dale Thompson. Very nice.
Very awesome.
This one is when you have to wear a mask to church or to any other function. It seemed like masks are going to be with us for a while.
We saw some of them church masks.
Yeah,
Lights and everything.
So we added the brooch and just to embellish it and take it to a totally different level.
Very nice, very nice. Listen, design. I mean, you do custom masks. I mean, somebody could come and say, listen, I want my mask look like this.
Yes. And
Really? Okay.
we also do them for companies and have done them for a number of companies.
Okay.
And I think we're probably the only ones to date that had the opportunity to do masks for a U.S.-based celebrity. I mean, really, real celebrity, big-time owner key here.
Nice.
And we outfitted all of his masks, were custom done by us.
Nice.
And it was great. It was such a fun project to do.
Nice. So what can we expect in the square?
In Rawson Square? I have an idea. A pot cake, poison coronavirus with a puncture. I like that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
You tell me that first. You know, I would have gone with that.
do not encourage him.
I'm serious, right? No, on a serious note. Again, I'm grateful that the government saw fit to even do something.
Yeah.
Based on what we're going through and finances of the country. I'm pretty sure it's tough to cough up some cash to just decorate, but we've lost so much this year. We didn't have Easter, weddings, funerals, birthdays,
Right.
so much we had to give up. And so I think having done Independence decor in Rawson Square, doing it, it brings back a sense of normalcy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that Bahamians really appreciate that there's no Clifford Park that you can go to.
Right.
This year, we did a trivia and we gave 2 masks to someone who can tell us what we're going to do. And ever since I've been doing, can I take this off?
Yeah.
Since I've been doing national events, my focus is always to educate, inform, and enlighten. I find that the average Bahamian, for an instance, when I came up with the concept of doing the large-scale exhibitions, when I took that idea to the government, they didn't see it at first. This was in '02. And even the following election, new government, they bought into the idea. And our first one was on all of the governors generals. Do you know you cannot ask the average Bahamian to list those governors generals?
Don't ask me.
From the beginning? Well,
Don't ask Phil. Don't ask me.
So it's an educational experience. And I find that it is so important to be able to educate.
Okay, well, excellent. You want to take that mask off and say something too? She looks quite content over there not saying anything.
So let me just say, we had somebody that guessed what we're putting up in Rawson Square. But we're still not going to say. We're going to let you see it.
We're going to guess. Well, good.
In a day or two.
All right, we got a couple of days to go, and we definitely look forward to it.
Yes.
Listen, thank you so much for being here on Bahamas Sunrise.
Thank
looking
you for
forward.
having us.
Well, so if somebody wants to mask, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, they can reach us by calling 477-MASK. We are on University Boulevard at the rear of June's Communications.
Okay.
In the warehouse, the old Coca-Cola building.
All right,
We're at the rear. We have a beautiful mask boutique. It's called The Mask Boutique.
There you go.
Copyright on everything.
We try to keep everything simple.
Yeah. What we got going after the show?
Well, thank you for bringing on your designs. We're going to be looking out for you in Rawson Square. And I think I taken the one with the little hole in the front. That's good for happy hour.
You are wearing an orange shirt. It works.
Everybody this one for breathing. There you go.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the respirators. I'll tell you, this really helps. It really does.
It does. I'm going to have to get one of those.
Yeah, this is the business. If
All right.
you want to be able to do that.
We're going to kick it to Godfrey. Godfrey, I ain't got no mask on right now, right? No, but that should keep me safe from the rain and from the weather. We going to Godfrey?
Going to Godfrey.
Going to Godfrey.
Weather at sunrise. Brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Mark. And morning, Mohammed. Your second look at weather sunrise. Take a trip around the tropics. And we do have the 5th tropical storm of the 2020 tropical cyclone season formed last night. And we do have Edward. And at 5 a.m. this morning, the center of Tropical Storm Edward was located in latitude 39.0 degrees north and 53.6 degrees west, some 530 miles to the south of Cape Race, Newfoundland. It's moving towards the northeast at 36 miles per hour. Max sustained winds at this time, 40 miles per hour higher gusts, little change in strength as forecast. Edwards become post-tropical later today or tonight. And then we're watching a small low-pressure system located the northern coast of Florida Panhandle. This has a 40% chance of development when it passes and emerges into the offshore of the Carolina later in the week. And then we have a strong tropical wave, some 650 miles east of the Windward Islands. It has a little chance, a low chance, 10% chance development during the next 5 days. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation not expected during the next 5 days. On a local scene, high pressure downweather feature this time, but we still have a lingering trough that'll trigger off showers and thunderstorms, particularly during the afternoon hours across the islands. In your marine forecast today, those winds southerly at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, or the northwest Bahamas, southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds become southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet early, will be coming east to southeast 10 to 15 knots by afternoon across the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Then on Wednesday across all the islands, winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 9:23 this morning. Your next low tide will be 3:26 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 9:50. Sunset at 8:04 this evening. Rises more at 6:26. UV index 9. Your water temperature 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase full moon. Your extended look. High pressure continue to be the dominant feature. So we're looking at partly sunny, still hot, still humid, with those showers and thunderstorms by afternoon. Yes, it's going to be temperatures in the lower 90s at daytime, at nighttime around the 80-degree mark. That puts you off in your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Godfrey. So earlier this year, we had Brandon Kemp on the show to talk about the Tin Furl pop-up vendor park at the Dundas. Months later, and post-COVID lockdown, the dream is alive and thriving. Today we have with us Black Pearl, one of the popular vendors at the park, to talk to us about their drinks and their experience at Tin Furl. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, fellas.
Morning.
So now, whenever I walk on the set and I see things to eat or drink, I get excited. But I saw the flavoring and I started looking for the rum, but I realized this isn't that kind of operation. So tell us about Black Pearl and how you guys got started.
All right, so Black Pearl is a bubble tea company. So for those who don't know, bubble tea is a popular Taiwanese drink. So that's where it all started. From there, it spread across the world, and we decided to bring it here to the Bahamas. But when bringing it to the Bahamas, we decided to do it with a Caribbean twist. So one of the things we decided to incorporate was bush teas. So basically, it's teas infused with different type of flavors, chilled over ice, and then it's served with an array of toppings. All right. So with incorporating the Caribbean kind of aspect, we decided to go with the name Black Pearl because the Bahamas has a very rich pirate heritage. So it incorporates the pirate heritage as well as the play on the black traditional tapioca pearls that you see inside of the cup, which is so popular for.
So tell us, you told us where it originated from. So tell us how you made the connection to say, I'm going to make this Bahamian or make it cultural, and where did you first get exposed to bubble tea?
All right, so personally, I used to live in Singapore for about 4 years, and that's when I was first put on to bubble tea. And it just blew my mind, the different flavors that you can come up with. It's just something different, a drink with texture at the same time, so it kind of stimulates you a bit, differently.
Right.
And then when I came back and I talked to, my two best friends about it, both of them already kind of heard about it, and we decided, this is the thing to do, time to put some emphasis on Bahamian drinks and, just kind of infuse it a bit differently.
So how has your experience been at Tin Furl?
It's been pretty good. It gives a lot of vendors the option and the ability to expose a lot of different people to their product.
Mm-hmm.
Bubble tea being our main thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people come there for us,
Right.
and a lot of people also come there for a lot of other vendors.
Right.
it's just a great opportunity, not only for us, but other vendors to just really showcase what they have.
Yeah, the pop-up vendor park, I think, is a new concept here in the Bahamas. So how's the public responded to that in general?
I think pretty good. The fact that COVID is kind of going on as well, and it's at the Dundas Center, outside, outdoors, so it's a lot of space. You know, you can socially distance yourself from people. I think it's pretty good, and it provides a good atmosphere. And like you said, there's just an array of vendors out there, and it's a good opportunity to just get your product out at a cheap cost. You know, you don't have to come with such a high startup to get a physical location in the busy Marquis Street area. It's right around the corner, affordable, and it makes your dream a reality.
So I see you guys have some stuff on the table here. Are you mixing up something for us to taste on the set?
Yeah, man.
So what do you have here? And tell us what's the process of making some bubble tea, right?
All right, so first thing you want to do, you want to get some tea. So today we'll be using bush tea. This is fever grass. We also got some black tea, and we've got some dark roasted oolong tea. So we have a lot of different types of teas. We also have peppermint, not here today, obviously. We also have like jasmine green tea. We've even tried doing hibiscus, hibiscus flowers, moringa. So there's a lot of different things we can do. After that, we would add the different flavors, and then we chill it over ice. So he's going to start to shake this one now.
Yeah, that fever grass one sounds good, because fever grass, that's the Corona special, right? You got to market that one, right?
Yeah.
Two sips in there, 2 sips and you're good.
Yeah, you got it. And to kind of point out too, we're using, a lot of the things we use is handmade. So you see sour salt. That's not a typical flavor you can find at a bubble tea spot.
Right.
But here in the Bahamas, we love sour salt, so we make it ourselves. It's all handmade syrups, Same thing with the passion fruit, we do it all ourselves, so it's pretty good.
So, what days you guys usually out at the Dundas, and how can people find you?
So we're on Instagram and Facebook at Black Pearl 242.
Yep.
We're at the Dundas Tuesday, straight to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Tuesday to Saturday.
Yeah, Tuesday to Saturday. You get 5 days straight of bubble tea.
5 days straight, right?
Of bubble tea. And if you're not able to actually make it to the park, we're also available on Craven.
Right.
So you can go right in and
good
search
to
a
know.
bubble tea, and then you'll be able to find us, Black Pearl. And you can order from wherever you are located in Nassau and be able to get your bubble tea.
So which one is the most popular flavor? Let me taste this quickly now.
That's the tough one. It all depends on your preference. We have something for everybody. So if you want something milky, kind of like what I'm doing now, this is called the winter melon milk tea.
All right.
Winter melon is a popular Asian fruit, so it's something we're not familiar with over here, but on the eastern side of the world, very, very popular, all right? This one is popular with the locals as well. They've definitely becoming accustomed to it. So one of our top sellers.
Come on, let me hit that.
You want to hit?
That look good.
Yeah. There you go. You got the sample cup.
Yeah, you want me? Oh, you gonna? I can't hold the nice
Yeah,
pretty
man,
cup. Let me
you
hold the
can
pretty
hold the
cup.
cup.
Let me get up on this.
There you go.
So here we are, Black Pearl. Black Pearl, right? Bubble tea. What's this flavor again? Winter melon?
That's the winter melon.
Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this. Ooh. You showing no rum in this? It's a kick. This is good.
Let me get you a straw.
Black Pearl bubble tea.
So you can get the full experience there. Now we use bamboo straws. It's July now, so no more single-use plastic. So we have our new bamboo straws.
Oh man, that's
in
good.
play.
That is awesome. So tell our viewers once again, how can they find you guys? And what's the last thing you want to say from Black Pearl to the public?
So, like I said, you can find us Tuesday to Saturday at the 10th Floor Pop-Up Park. That is located at the Dundas Center, Marquis Street. It's 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're on Instagram and Facebook at Black Pearl 242. We're also on Craven. Like I said, you can just search up Black Pearl. The Dundas Center being a beautiful location, like I said, open air. Once you come out, wear your mask. Everybody socially distanced, and we operate it properly. So come on out, not only experience us, but all the other vendors there.
Guys, thank you for coming out and introducing me to bubble tea. This is the first time I've had this, and I'm going to see you guys at the Dundas this week, right? Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Hey, if your tea don't bubble, you're in trouble. Check out these graduation photos.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Business in the Box is your solution for business from Cable Bahamas. It's an internet, voice, mobile, and advertising solution all in one place. Get reliable internet, free domestic call, and a live corporate package, and free TV ad placement, all starting with packages as low as $164 a month. You can save over $3,000 a year. Just call 601-8911. That's 601-8911. And ask for Business in a Box from Cable Bahamas Business Solutions. Terms and conditions apply.
Nourish your immune system. Nourish your health. Nourish your life with Ensure. Ensure Original, Ensure Plus, and Ensure Max Protein.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Listen, this next segment, I'm so excited about it. I've been talking probably for the last 15 minutes with our next guest, Cheryl Bastian. She's the owner of Swain's Key Lodge down there in the Big Yard. She's told us like within 30 minutes we could be landed and on the beach sipping, well, not even sipping, because you don't sip a lick, right, Gina? You don't sip, no, you guggle it. Yeah, but listen, Cheryl, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today, Mr. Simon?
I'm wonderful.
And good morning, Bahamas. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you. Listen, I'm just visualizing in my mind all the things I could be doing over there in Andros, right near Mangrove Key, but Swain's Key Lodge. Tell us about it.
Oh, yes. Swain's Key Lodge is a dream of a little Bahamian girl, the daughter of a waitress and a taxi driver who just loved being in an Nassau Beach hotel, but walking around the big walls decided, hey, I'm going to have one of these one day. The little girl had a fabulous career in financial services, some 33 years with the famous Coots & Co., S.G. Hambros, and though an exciting career traveling all the world, came to Mangrove Key and fell in love with the spot, just out of trying to find something to eat, and spotting this land was always a dream, one who just swam on long walks every day, with all the whipping, but I had to go to the sea.
Yeah.
So started out as a dream, a great struggle, but we got it off. And, I can tell you the credit goes to the wonderful staff and the community. Mm-hmm. And, I give myself some of that because, I'm a winner, a warrior, and I decided, Bahamian need to own something and do something in this country. And so I just had that drive to just exceed, having stumble and fall, in the past and, personal things and whatnot. But a great opportunity, and the drive was immense because, really, really spent a lot of money and borrowed a lot of money. And so, listen, we're not going to lose.
Yeah.
And just went at it and connected. And now we're we're primarily a fly fishing lodge with international anglers, and so we're doing well in the top. Our name is out there in the international scene. After 10 years in operation, so very proud. Credit to everyone, especially my staff and friends in the community and family. Oh yeah, definitely, two wonderful sons.
Well, no doubt about it. I can hear the passion in your voice. I've got this image in my mind. Of course, I'm going to be all over it. Sounds like something I need to do as soon as possible.
Yes, please do. And the thing is, we have a wonderful special on with the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, of which I'm privileged to be the treasurer and executive member. And it's a story of just, I would say for a lot of small lodges, it's a great organization, and it provides a free ticket. Book 2 nights with us and other participating members around the Bahamas. You can go on myoutislands.com. And you can get a free ticket, and if it's 4 nights for a Bahamian, this is a really special deal for Bahamians. You can actually get 2 tickets per room. What a great saving! You can save like $400 or $500, and just have to worry, about the room. And for us and many others, we've dropped the price to accommodate Bahamians, especially in this new world of COVID. We know that people are looking for deals, haven't been employed, and so everybody's in with a special. So we're in it too. We're out now. We want Bahamians to come to Swain Ski Lodge because it's a great opportunity for a family to get together. Come and, Orlando and New York and all the places are great, but come and discover the Bahamas. Let's buy Bahamian and see what richness we can get from, the family picnic, sitting down, eating together, and not everyone all over the place, the malls and this one. It's not knocking that, but it's a really rich vacation. You can go snorkeling. We have great blue holes here. You can go fishing. You can do a snorkel there on the water or in our beautiful water. We're right on a pristine beach near blue holes, and you can tour. Quite a lot that can be done in a rich vacation, biking and whatnot, bird watching. So I invite all Bahamians to come down and enjoy that in beautiful islands. You even go crabbing. We even have cooking classes. So in this COVID environment, it's been a bit challenging, but I can tell you, you have to get on board. You have to drive this so that we can win, because it's certainly a great opportunity for Bahamian small and medium hotels and our residents and foreign hotels to really make it in this area, because people want to get out and go somewhere where they feel comfortable, not so crowded and somewhere unspoiled, where we're safe. And the proximity of Andros with just a 15 to 20 minutes ride would certainly, make it easier.
I mean, that sounds absolutely perfect. In my mind, I'm already trying to figure out which date I'm going to make that happen this summer. But you're also going to be speaking at the Andros Business Outlook on the 24th of this month. Yes, I've been invited very kindly, invited by Miss Joan, and I'm excited about that. I get a chance to go to North Andros, because the thing is, while Andros has three parts, North and Central Andros, Mango Key in the middle where we are, and South, you can't drive there, and they're not a convenient ferry, so you actually have to fly into Nassau and then go there. So my dream is that we can connect somehow. That's a dream for Bahamians. Just so much to do in what we can do in our country when, we can get people to invest here and, start a ferry going back and forth, and so many other industries that we want to see in this new world that we've all had a time to sit down and simmer and see that, listen, I need to do this and I need to do it. Let's use our natural resources and get this done. And that's why I'm really concerned that Andros is properly managed and structured, so it can do that, and it can be for Bahamians and investors as well. But done properly, definitely to preserve our natural environment, because that's something amazing. We have the famous West Side, and I mean it's just awful. I mean most of it is national park, but our visitors just they're in awe. They love doing it. They come back so refreshed and pleased of the beauty of it all. So lots to do here. We've got a lot of work to do with our COVID structuring. We all had to do clean and pristine plans for the hotel licensing and get a pre-certification. We hyped up our hygiene. Sanitizing, disinfecting. So we've got it all, and that's what these the small and medium hotels have to do. I mean, you clean just like you do with the big ones. If anything, you clean even more. And so just get all of that together, and it's going to be a winner. Advertise that and stay on social media, and you're going to win. Get out there. Let's roll up our sleeves and get it done. I do it, and it's really great. Like sitting down, and I'm actually getting people coming in and inquiring. It's not as much as that, but it's not your typical season, so people are obviously restructuring and say, hey, we couldn't go in the spring when we typically get more people here where it's cool, when it's cooler, but we're going to do that summer thing with our children, and so we're just standing by to just meet them and greet them and make sure they have a wonderful time. That's what we all need to do, just to have our tourists going back with great smiles. It's the greatest marketing tool you can find. No doubt about it, and certainly your marketing tool. Listen, thank you so much for joining us here on Bahamas at Sunrise. It sounds like you are just getting started. I heard you adding up all of those years in the financial services industry, but sounds like you're just getting started in this business. Thank you so much, Cheryl Bastian, the owner of Swain Ski Lodge. Again, I guess we can find you on all the different social medias and of course through the Out Island Promotion Board.
Fish at swanskeylodge.com, okay? 422-5018. Cheryl Ashton, come on down. We'd love to have you.
All right.
The Bahamas, a wonderful day to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Simon.
All right, thank you so much. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We're now going to take some more look at our 2020 graduate photos. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope that you enjoyed our show today. Mark, we still have the guys in the house. They gave me a little something.
Bubble tea.
Yeah, something to bib on. Yeah.
They say if your tea don't bubble, you're in trouble. So tell us quick, line off. Tell us what each one of these are.
This is passion fruit. This is soursop. This is taro. And this is something special you got to come and check us out for.
Something special you got to come and check them out for. I've done this week, Tuesday to Saturday at the Tin for a pop-up vendor park.
Nice, nice. But we can check that out right now, Mark.
We can check it out now. Hey, this
now.
thing really got me hype up. I know. Like,
Mark can't deal with no more. Okay, you understand. Listen,
ain't no rum in this.
You guys have a wonderful week. It is Independence Week here in the Bahamas. Yep. Listen, have a great time.
Get out and celebrate. Do something Bahamian.
See you soon.